Yo, how's it going, guys? It's Richard Unicorn Caller here, and I am officially back from my Florida Orlando trip. It feels so good to be back. I can't tell you guys how much stuff we gotta talk about in today's news video and also discussion video. So this video is gonna be split up into two parts. The first part, we're just going to talk about the general news and just talk about everything that's been happening in the game. And then for part two, we'll just talk about all the other side stuff that I have written down that I wanted to talk to you guys about. So let's just dig right in. Also, first of all, by the way, happy June 1st, Pride Month. And also, I believe it is also Men's Mental Health Day or Month as well. So we're going to talk about the Pride stuff. Sadly, Wizard101 does not do anything for men's mental health, but they do some stuff for the Pride Month as they do every single year. Which is pretty cool. We'll just skip down into the main stuff because I know you guys love items and stuff like that. We actually have a new charity mount for 2026, and it's basically kind of a recolor of the Crystal Unicorn mount that they've had in one of the bundles that they've had. But this is a pretty cool looking bundle. The proceeds will be going to the whatchamacallit Outright International. That's usually the same charity organization that they do all the time. And then we also have a new plushie. This is the Fantastic Unicorn Pride plushie. You get a nice little in-game housing plushie that you can put around in your castle, but also 5 unicorn horde packs as well, which is also pretty cool. So pretty interesting stuff. By the way, for the charity mount, this specific mount is not available for console players, as you guys already know that by now. But yeah, pretty cool stuff. You got the mount, you got the plushie, and then you got some 50% off of some stuff. Or is it 50% off? No, it's 50% of the proceeds if you buy anything from the KI merchandise store. It's the same thing with the plushie as well. So 50% of those proceeds will go to the charity. Yeah, and pretty cool stuff. They also got some Pride pets that are returning, like the Rainbow Roller mount. I think, talked about that, I think, last year. And also, again, it's just for PC players only. I'm sorry, console players. But we also get some free items as well. They'll actually be giving out some free codes. Eventually, we're not really sure when they'll be distributed at a later date. But just, obviously, I'm the free code guy. Just, you know, keep your notifications on. Make sure you guys are all subbed up and everything. And yeah, I'll get you guys a free code whenever they decide to release that. It's just housing items, so if you don't care for housing items, you can just ignore it. But honestly, this looks really pretty, honestly. It honestly looks really pretty. And you also get a new Rainbow Wall Flowers mount. So, not a mount, but a housing item. So, yeah, that's pretty. I like it. I'm definitely going to get that. So, pretty cool stuff for Pride Month. Make sure to check it out. Alright, we got the Grand Touring Gauntlet, which has returned. Just a reminder that tomorrow, Tuesday, June 2nd, will be the last day that you can basically get that. And it will probably be replaced by like a different bundle, probably. So make sure you are checking this out if you are interested. And then over here, we got the Clockwork Cloud Castle Bundle, which is available in the online cart. Make sure to check that out as well. This is a really solid bundle. I actually highly recommend it. 10 out of 10. It is really gorgeous. And over here, just a reminder about the Beekeeper Bundle, which is also available in the, I was about to say Crown Shop. It's available on their website if you are interested. And over here, we got the new Summer Scroll of Fortune. This is the 2026 version. Again, if you're a console player, sadly, you probably won't get this anytime soon. But this is pretty cool. I'm not going to lie. It comes with the Overlord Xerxes Exalted Attire. It just looks really cool. You get a little mount with it as well. I kind of wish that the mounts weren't like the limited time 30-day mounts. I kind of just wish it was a permanent mount, but it is what it is. But this Summer Scroll of Fortune will last all the way through August 31st. So make sure to check that out. And again, it's only for NA PC accounts at the time. We're not going to go over it in this video, maybe in a different video. But if you want to see the full showcase, I'm sure that my lovely friend Genevieve Moongarden will basically be going over the entire Scroll of Fortune. Actually, a pretty cool jewel in there as well if you're interested in collecting some pet jewels. So anyway, make sure to check that out in the game, and yeah, have fun with that. Now over here we actually have a new raid bundle. This is for the Ghastly Conspiracy raid, and you know, there's actually one of the raid bundles where I'm actually happy that we got. I'm kind of like bummed that we didn't get this earlier, because this is probably one of the more popular raids that we've had in a very, very long time. For those of you that don't know, this is basically the same raid where it comes with the attunement rod staff, and it's probably one of the best looking wands in the entire game, and it looks absolutely fabulous. It's a really popular wand, and a lot of people really want it, and the only way you can get it is through this raid. And obviously we know that raids are sadly locked behind the guild. You gotta join the guild. I wish I could invite you guys to the guild, but the guild is full. Eventually I'm probably just gonna have to level up one of my alt accounts to level 100 and just make a separate guild so that I can do double the raids and just kind of micromanage all of these other guilds. Because dude, like I said, 60 account spaces. I don't know what KI is smoking on. I don't know if they've been smoking on that Grendel weed, but dude, 60 account spaces is super small. So hopefully they expand it one day, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, I am super excited for this. Now the only way you can buy this though is if you get the Ghastly Gumshoe badge, which is basically the Ghastly Conspiracy pre-quest. Basically all the raids have a little bit of a pre-quest. So if you ever want to craft the key or, you know, buy one of these little raid bundles, you have to do that pre-quest. And also I kind of wish that they would stop waiting like 1 year later in order to drop these raid bundles. I would have loved this like literally any time of the day of 2025. But yeah, we're getting a new raid pretty soon, which we'll talk about in a minute. So over here we got the Portal Apparel event, last day to do this. Make sure you are stacking up those fortune coins. They are really good. They can get you a lot of spell elements, world reagents, even some treasure cards. So again, make sure to check that out. Last day for that, and also the last day for the Pet Promenade event as well. Make sure to check it out. And then coming over here from MMG, just a reminder, you can buy some Wizard101 dice collection set. You get some nice little in-game goodies as well. Of course, only for PC accounts. So make sure to check that out. And over here, still no news about Ravenwood Academy. I have no idea when this game is coming out. I'm really hoping it's coming out soon. It's been in development for quite a while, so we will wait and see. You can go on their Steam page and actually wishlist it so you can get notified about whenever it does become available. But as of right now, it still kind of seems like they're still in early development of it, so we'll just wait and see. But it looks really cool, and we already actually saw some promotional gear from the data mine stuff from the test round. I'm not going to show you that obviously, but it looks really cool, and I'm just really excited to check this game out. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that's the first segment done. Now let's talk about the big boy stuff. Oh yeah, let's talk about the big boy stuff. So that's basically like the general news of everything. So if you don't want to listen to me ramble and yap about the state of the games, you can basically leave and carry on with your, day. But yeah, Pride Month stuff. There's a bunch of stuff in the Crown Shop, a bunch of stuff that you can do to support the charity, and a bunch of other stuff like the new Scroll of Fortune and all that stuff. So again, make sure to check that out. And if you have any questions, let me know. But we're into the big boy stuff. And I wrote it all down in my handy dandy notebook. I'm sure Blue's Clues would be proud of me. So, while I was on vacation, let's talk about everything that has been happening and give you guys a state of the games, right? First things first, let's talk about this summer update, because clearly I have seen the comments. You guys are not rocking with this update, and a lot of people in general are just not rocking with this update, and it's not necessarily a bad thing. We kind of went into this, especially seeing all the teasers, that this probably wasn't going to be an update that's everybody's cup of tea, but there are a few little hidden stuff that might really affect the way how people really perceive some of these updates going forward. I mean, they've done these before where it's like a hidden update or whatever, but yeah, I think this one is definitely going to irk a lot of people the wrong way, which isn't good. I feel like Wizard101 has been in like a rage baiting arc where they really like to rage bait their community, and I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think you really want to do that with your customers, but we're going to talk a little bit about the summer update, just kind of speed through it. So the summer update seems mixed from the community, like we said, and, you know, hopefully it's not too buggy on launch, but let's just be honest, it will probably be buggy, per usual. That's just literally the culture, religion of King's Isle. It just bugs, man. It just bugs. But one thing that I've heard a lot of in the streets of Ravenwood, though, is that apparently in the test around build, apparently exclusive pets will be removed from the pet kiosk, which, if that is true, that is going to suck, and that is going to make pet training a whole lot times worse, and it's gonna make it a whole lot harder. Not too hard, because, you know, I've been doing it for years without, you know, hatching with an exclusive pet. But if you don't know what an exclusive pet is, it's basically a pet where you can't actually get the body of it, but you can still hatch for its pet talents, right? Like, if you wanted the actual body of, like, a raid pet, you know, you actually have to do the raid itself in order to get the main body of it, which might have some unique little item cards that you might want, or whatever it is. But some of them have some really good pet talents that people have made all across the kiosk. And I've actually made a couple of raid pets myself, especially for the Ghastly Conspiracy raid. So there are a lot of really good pets out here. Here's one. Look at this one. I got a Spell Defy Jewel, Ankle Biter, Arc Mastery Boost, Ultra Energy, Mighty, and a Spell Proof. Like, yeah, dude. Those exclusive pets come in handy. But apparently, from what everybody has been saying, in this SRM build, those exclusive pets will be removed. So, you know, you'll still be able to find those pet talents and stuff, which is fine, but you'll probably have just the same amount of chance of getting that pet body, and it's just going to be a lot harder trying to make a pet. Now, I'm sure that the regular old-fashioned KI excuse will be that it was either A, not intended, or B, this was the intended fix, or 3, it was a bug. It was a bug or a glitch, and I guess they wanted to remove that in the summer update. So I have no idea. Wait, is this dude, bro, is this dude walking around with the Scroll of Fortune? Did he buy the whole Scroll of Fortune already? Bro, this dude bought the whole Scroll of Fortune already. Dog, it just came out. Oh, man. I mean, the wand is really cool, though. The wand looks really cool. But, dude, you just bought the whole thing off the rip is crazy. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, man. Some of y'all whiz heads take it to the next level, man. Like, I was gonna buy the Scroll of Fortune, but I wasn't gonna buy the whole thing. That's just, man. Some of y'all take this game a little bit too seriously. Oh, man. Alright, also, bad name combinations will not be allowed upon character creation. So, for all of you people that are trying to go for the Jeffrey Island touch name, which I'm not going to explain why that is a really bad name. I'm sure some of you guys in the comments will explain why that name is not going to be allowed in the name mixture. But yeah, bad name combinations will not be happening in this update. Right now, I'm not really sure what's going to happen to people that already have that name in the game system. I don't know if they're going to be allowed to change the name, or, you know, if the devs can just like do it remotely. I don't know. But yeah, from now on, if you make a new character, you won't be able to name yourself Ocean Gate Disaster or something else. I'm sure there's a lot more bad name combinations that I can't think of because I'm not using all my brain cells, but the Jeffrey Island Touch one and Ocean Gate Disaster one, those are kind of crazy. But yeah, no more bad name combinations. And also, for the summer update, Beast Moon fixes will be applied to the update. And I mentioned this in the test run review video. I don't really think that the Beast Moon update for the fixes should really be in this summer update. I feel like that just could have been a patch, but it is what it is. I'm just glad that Beast Moon will hopefully finally be fixed. Finally, but again, we don't know how this entire update is going to launch, and that's kind of the fear that a lot of us players have, is that we don't know if this is going to be a decent update that's going to work, or if it's just going to launch a mess and it's going to affect everything. Like, we don't know, right? Alright, so that is the main take for the summer update, and of course, we're getting the Idol Wizard, we're getting the new raid, we're getting Buckingham Palace Chronicle update. But, you know, if all that stuff is something that you're not going to engage with, then yeah, this summer update is pretty much a nothing burger for you, and you can pretty much just not renew your membership and just play something else. just wait until November, until we actually get like a world update, and then yeah, you should be alright. But anyway, let's talk about this next one. This is another big one that had happened during my time on vacation. But this is the fishing feedback that they sent a message about in their Discord. I know, I hate Discord too. I gotta re-download Discord because I deleted it off my phone. I gotta re-download it. But Mickey, community manager, which we'll also talk about later on, he says, "Hello! We're looking to get direct feedback on the fishing system. If you've never fished before, below are some questions we're looking for to answer." And if you want to go into the Discord, the official Discord server, I'm pretty sure is in my top pinned, or it's in my description. So join there and join in on the fun feedback. You know, here's my problem with fishing and just like events in general. If it takes energy, then I'm going to put it as a low priority. Like cantrips, fishing, that stuff, when it takes the energy, I'd rather just use that on plants or leveling up pets. I really don't think that some of these activities really should allow energy, but that's just me. But even then, fishing is just not fun anymore. You also gotta remember that they have done a lot of stuff off the radar. Like, for example, the whole fishing benefit situation, like, that might be retired. We haven't seen that in, like, almost a year. I think it's actually been, like, over a year, I think. Like, I don't know what's up with the fishing benefit. I know a lot of people always ask it every week, but it's like, they're just not shoving. I don't know. I don't know if it's gone, if it's retired, or, like, if they can't do it. People have told me that, oh, people were botting, but, like, why can't KI come out themselves and say that? Why can't they just be transparent with the community and say, like, this is why we haven't done this benefit in a very long time? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. It's just weird to me. And also the black jellyfish, the blackberry jellyfish, they removed that too for no reason. I don't know why they do half of these things in the game. There's never really, like, a support for it, or there's no positive reaction out of it. Like, there's no positive outcome out of it. They just do it to do it. And I'm just like, okay, well, you lost me at that, but okay. It's funny because I actually got, or at least I asked for one of the bundle. I think it's like the Port Arrow house or something like that. I think it's like Sky City, Lemuria, whatever. But I got one of those bundle houses just because it had those fish, and then everybody told me, like, oh, they removed those fish. And I'm just like, well, why that? I'm like, what? I don't know, man. I feel like a lot of people have already wrote down their feedback. I just hope that they're not about to do, like, a fishing rework and then just, like, completely butcher it without listening to, like, literally anybody's feedback. So, I don't know. We'll see what happens, but I just really got a bad feeling about that. As I said in my Twitter post, I just got a bad feeling about it. But we'll see. Maybe it might just be nothing. It might be the same thing like the guild cooldown survey they did in Discord, where, you know, they just want a conversation to start and probably nothing will happen about it, which might be great. That might actually be pretty decent if nothing happened, but still, something gotta happen. Something's gotta happen. All right, now let's talk about, oh, not that one. Not that one. Y'all not ready for that one yet. Let's talk about this one now. So this is the next segment, and this is the generative AI for advertisements. This comes in from Flora Sleepwalker, and they make this post, and I guess this is from like Instagram. I haven't used Instagram in years. I don't really like it. But they mentioned how basically they're using AI in this like random advertisement. And well, obviously for starters, it's a really bad advertisement. I mean, this looks terrible, but the way of AI though is something that a lot of people have some mixed reactions about. I'm sure if you're an artist, you'll probably already know right off the bat if this is AI. I'm not an artist myself, so I can't say. I'll even move my big, fat, annoying head so you guys can examine this yourself. But there were mentions of, I guess, apparently, like, this map was, like, meshing with the leaves or something, or the shadows might seem, like, a little bit off, or the lantern seems like it's also kind of meshing a little bit too much with the map. And a lot of people said that, isn't that just alto alto? Yes, I know, like, that's good that you know what the background is, but again, we don't know if this is like, I don't know, you know, like I said, I'm not an artist, so if you guys in the comments want to investigate, feel free. And if you want to go to the original post, feel free to also look at that, because a lot of people have also kind of looked into it, have kind of like indicated like, you know, these might be a little bit suspicious. But again, that's all up to you guys. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Morpheus said that this is really disgusting behavior from King's Isle. And while I understand it's likely a decision made by our new overlords, Kamingo, you have an entire team of artists whose jobs you should defending and advocating for. Do better and grow a Oh, I didn't even. Whew, I'm not gonna say that part. Grow a spine. So yeah, a lot of people weren't happy about that, or at least that it seems a little subjective. So again, you guys can figure that out yourselves. I know you guys can do it. You guys are super smart. I know you guys can do it. All right. Yeah, I don't know what it just looks like a really bad advertisement to me, and it doesn't even look like KI made it. Like, it might be from some like outsourced company, like someone said. I think Morgrim said that, but I don't know. Who knows? They never really made a response to it, so who knows? I don't know. It could be nothing. It could be a nothing burger. I have no idea. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that's like anything? I have no idea. I have no idea. All right. Are you guys ready for this last one? If you didn't, rewind the video and pause what we were going to talk about. So this is actually, wait a second. We're not done yet. I have more. My bad. Okay, so let's talk about Liam, the ultimate wizhead PvP warlord, the best storm wizard I know. Give it up for Liam as a vibe. Make sure you guys subscribe to him. And the community managers. For some reason, Liam has a really huge hate boner with the community managers, and for right reason too. He was apparently kicked out of the extra credit program, I think a while back, apparently for his lack of content, which is basically kind of like an excuse from KI saying that they don't really like people that make fun of them too much, or that make a lot of like videos critiquing them. It's actually one of the reasons why I myself have left the extra credit program myself. A lot of people for some reason still think I'm in the extra credit. I haven't been in that server in like a year. Like, that's so long ago. It's kind of crazy. Like, I still have the badge, but the badge sucks. It replaces my guild badge, and I rarely even use it. And even then, it's like the summer right now, and I think a lot of people are still waiting for like an extra credit program revamp, and it's kind of getting to the point where it's like, you know, what's happening with this program? Is there like something going on? Like what's going on? Is like I don't know. I just feel like they just delete the server and just get it over with. Just get rid of it. You tried your hardest. It's over. Just give it up, man. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. But anyway, Liam speaks his mind about Wizard101 a lot. I'm sure you see him talk about Wizard101 24/7 critiquing the game. But he also said that community managers just take too long to respond to messages. They might not be super active in responsiveness or, you know, stuff like that. But they only seem active on Discord. And even then, I don't necessarily see them active on their other social media channels. As a matter of fact, Mickey actually recently, I think like a couple months ago, actually made his Twitter account private. So, yeah. So much for that. I think Emma still has her Twitter, like, you know, public, but yeah, Mickey has his Twitter private, which is fine. It's not a big deal. I don't really care, but, you know, again, you kind of want to be seen as, like, someone that's open, you know, someone that is willing to help out their community and with most of their problems. And I understand, trust me, if I log in right now, like if I appear online right now, I'm gonna get messages by like 50 people. So I understand it can be overwhelming, but at the same time, when you start ignoring people and you start kind of pushing things to the side, you tend to piss a lot of people off. I probably piss people off just by not making videos every day, right? Like, that's how reactive not only the Wizard101 community is, but just in general in the online gaming social space. That's just how it is, you know? So again, and I'm still kind of 50-50 on the community managers because I don't engage with them and I don't care for them. I just hope they do their job at the most part, but at least Liam just has a really bad bone to pick with the community managers. And of course the extra credit program and all that stuff. So I don't know. We'll see. PvP is also in a bad spot as well. You know, we don't really know what's going on with PvP as well. But my advice for KI in general is that they should invest in kind of like a bigger social media department. You know, besides posting like cringy TikToks that don't really amount to anything else. Or, you know, doing embarrassing KI lives where they can't really like work the camera or they're having technical difficulties every single day. But, you know, just more like a concrete community members that, you know, are willing to at least respond or be a little bit more responsive. I feel like just having only like 2 community managers and then just having the devs kind of help them out a little bit isn't necessarily a great thing. And maybe KI or Gamingo just doesn't want to spend more money on community managers, or maybe they think that 2 is fine. I just think that maybe having 2 community managers is a little bit overwhelming. Maybe there needs to be a little bit more in that social department. And then for PvP content creators, I would pay top dollar to see a PvP Wizard101 round table, right? Y'all remember when me and the other WizTubers did like a PvE roundtable? It was pretty fun. I would pay top dollar to see a PvP roundtable just to see everybody fight and argue about PvP and what's balanced and whatnot. Because personally for me, I stopped playing PvP years ago, and I've seen so many comments of people that don't even engage in PvP at all just because it's kind of like a lost cause. But I would pay so much money to see that. Let me know what you guys would think about that. I mean, I wouldn't host it or anything like that. I wouldn't do that, but I would love to see that happen. I would pay a lot of money to see that. Yo, I really would pay a lot of money to see that though, dude. I really would, man. Oh, man. All right, so now we have the final thing to talk about. This is actually one of my favorite things that I wanted to talk about the entire time, because this happened during my time in Orlando, right? I was making a bunch of memes on Twitter and stuff like that. Some people take my Twitter memes so seriously. They get really... I'm like, dude, you okay? You guys gotta read this, though. At first, though, I had to reread this because I thought it wasn't even real. Because the Wizard101 account is usually inactive during the weekends. Like, they literally just go radio silent. But I saw this and I was like, I was kind of chuckling a little bit because the comments, they started with 1, they started with 3, and then they just progressively got worse. And I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa, why is everybody so angry all of a sudden? Like, I'm trying to get drunk out here. Like, what is going on? So anyway, some user replies with, or makes a post saying, why hasn't a super good MMORPG been made? Is there some investment and some dynamics going on that makes it those less investable or what? And then Mr. Beast, which if you guys don't know who Mr. Beast is, which I'm sure you do, but in case you don't, he is a content creator. At least from my knowledge, he does a lot to help out with communities. I'll just leave it at there because apparently people don't actually like Mr. Beast. So Mr. Beast says that for real, I loved Wizard101 and World of Warcraft when I was a kid. I wish someone made an aged up modern version of them that I could get lost in. And then this is when it gets to the this is when it gets to the part where I start chuckling in the comments. So Wizard101 replies, and like I said, like they're usually inactive on the weekend. They usually don't even go on their accounts on the weekend. So they reply saying, we're so fortunate to have been part of your childhood, heart emoji. You might want to check out more recent world editions. We've definitely leaned into more mature themes as both us and our players have grown older. We'd love to have you back. Yeah, cut the music, 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 cut the music. Just cut the music. Just no music. Listen, when I said I never laughed so hard in my life, dude, because this came out, it's just the comments came out like a whiplash. I like a reply for the billionaire, but not your regular fans, yeah? If you want more players, you need more free starting worlds. Not a single guy. Dude, it just like, it doesn't get better, by the way. Like, if I keep scrolling down, this does not get any better. This is... I'm not even gonna read all these. I mean, you can go on the Twitter and you can read. I mean, this is just crazy. And of course, you know, I had to make plenty of memes. Make sure you check out my Twitter. Even Flora said something. And like, it just got worse and worse with over like 54 comments. Yeah, it's not. I wouldn't say that this isn't not a good look, but oh man, when I show y'all the quotes, dude, I think the quotes are gonna be primarily for me. Picture of Homelander. Courtney says something. I also love how they respond to Mr. Beast, but us over in extra credits who literally create content for their game still get no response in Discord or Twitter. I guess it just proves what chopped everything. Oh man, this is from a regular show. Oh man, yeah, some of these are from me. Oh man. But dude, just crazy, dude. I think somebody mentioned why people were even like, why people were mad about this in the first place. Wait, here it is. Someone said the replies to this are sad. Stop trying to act like y'all wouldn't respond if Mr. Beast commented on your tweet. Two things can be true at once. Yes, they need to respond to players more, but why the F wouldn't they capitalize off of someone like Mr. Beast mentioning their game? Be for real. And here's the problem I have about this statement. This isn't the first time that Wizard101 has went viral for a post that was made on Twitter. There have been a lot of people on Twitter or social medias that mention the presence of Wizard101. And I don't think that everybody is angry that they replied. I just think the way that they replied seemed very, very disingenuous, and it seemed very desperate in a sense. Like, it just seemed like they're looking for attention, like, play me, play me, play me. And it's like, you know, you have a lot of stuff. I mean, we literally just talked about the whole community manager situation. Like, so far, we haven't really talked about a lot of positive things within this video. And when you have players that have been playing this game for 10 years, you can't expect them to be all open arms for everything you do, right? It's like, this is the reality of it. And it's honestly kind of embarrassing. It is. I mean, of course, World of Warcraft hadn't tweeted anything because they probably don't need to tweet anything. They're not scouring Twitter looking for someone to mention World of Warcraft. If anything, this just seems so embarrassing. But that can also be subjective, because I'm sure a lot of you guys in the comments will disagree. That, oh, this is good for marketing. In a sense, yes, it's good for marketing. But if you're going to be chasing trends, then you gotta chase trends kind of the right way. There are a lot of other opportunities that you can chase trends, right? Right, here's the thing, right? The intent seems subjective, but in my eyes, it just seems disingenuous. Because they only replied because he has like 494 million subscribers, right? But not even the top of WizTubers get that kind of glaze from KI, which is crazy. And it's not the first time high-profile people, like I said, have mentioned the game or played the game. I'm pretty sure, what's his name? XQC, I think, briefly live streamed the game for like, I think 20 minutes, and then he stopped playing it because, you know, obviously the game is, we'll just be honest, it's boring, right? The game is just no fun in general, and it's not really appealing to anyone. But I think the main problem is that everyone can see that this is obvious and understand that Wizard101 is just trying to earn more players, aka more customers. So again, when you make a reply like that, it just seems really disingenuous, right? You know, replying the whole, you know, if you want to reply the whole, like, high profile people, that doesn't necessarily, like, mean much, you know? That doesn't really help out a lot. If anything, if people read the comments, they're gonna be really hesitant on joining back in the game. And obviously, Lord behold, we have the infamous paywall, right? I mean, once people hit the paywall, what is there to do now? Just leave. You can't even do the portal or payroll because you gotta be a level 30 and up. Like, if you're level 29 and below, you can't do the portal or payroll. So, again, it's like, there are a lot of issues in the game right now. So when you make a post like this, a lot of people that are frustrated are going to respond with their frustrations, right? So when the replies and quotes are overwhelmingly negative, that says a whole lot about your company and what you have demonstrated to the community. Now, if you're going to chase a trend, do one that doesn't seem like your Homelander when he lost his powers, right? Boys reference. Like, get a better social media team and start chasing after the trends. Like, the Bowie Knife 99. Does anybody know that? It's the Forza Horizon 6 player that, like, crashes into everybody and stuff like that. He's all chaotic. I have seen so many gaming companies have made a tweet about that in general. That would be pretty funny if Wizard101 did that. Be like, oh, we heard Bowie Knife 999 that needed dealing with or whatever. Like, that would be cute. Like, I wouldn't cringe at all. That's cute. That would be cool. That's cute. But, you know, you don't have to wait for someone to mention the game. You don't have to wait for someone to wait and mention the presence of your game, all right? Make the game relevant again, okay? Just stop, okay? Just stop. Just stop. Now, while they do have all the attention, they should start doing some giveaways or some free memberships and stuff like that. Keep that momentum going. And it's funny because even during the free memberships, I feel like still a lot of people aren't willing to give the game a chance. And I'm sure with a reply like this, I'm sure a lot of people are still not going to give the game a chance, even if they did do a free membership. Or even if they did release the paywall from like Arc 1. Or even if they did all that, right? Again, it's a very subjective matter. You might be on the defense and say that this is totally fine and that the community is being over dramatic like always. You might be on the offense side and say that, you know, this doesn't really make sense to post this, and you feel deeply offended by it, you know? There are some people that feel offended by this post, by the way, but yeah, when it comes to the Wizard101 community, it is very volatile. Like, you have to be really, really careful on what you say, what you agree with, what you talk about, and what you do. Because just one small move, and you're cooked. And you're cooked. It's the same with me, it's the same with you, it's the same with everybody else. You're cooked. But we'll see what happens in the future. I just think the post is just cringy. I just thought it was cringy. I was like, yeah, maybe that should have been left in the draft. Like I said, World of Warcraft hasn't even responded, and I don't really think they really need to. I don't think World of Warcraft really cares. I really don't. And also, a pretty cool thing, I think J-Todd Coleman, which is one of the big pioneers of Wizard101, one of the founding fathers of Wizard101, actually responded. I'm not sure if it was to Mr. Beast or to the main reply, but again, it's like, I love that energy. I love it. But Wizard101, this post, not gonna lie, just, I don't know. I don't know. Don't do that again. But if you want to do it, I don't know. Just, I don't know. I just think it's cringy, but hey, y'all do whatever y'all want to do. And anyway, that ends my entire session of Wizard101 rant. Now, to end it off, I want to give a big old note about the state of the game, or, well, we already did the state of the game, but just a little something that can help you guys out, right? Now, I made this post. Let me find the post real quick. But I made this post kind of talking about, you know, taking a break, alright? I think that's the problem I see that this community has for a lot of years now, like, and it's been a lot of years playing this game, right? And I feel like a lot of people feel like they have an obligation to play this game 24/7. I've actually been taking a break from Wizard101 lately, and I've been playing a lot of my PlayStation. And I can't tell you how much fun it's just been, you know, just taking a break from this game in general. And I don't know if either of you guys play any other video game besides just Wizard101 itself, but my advice still stands. That if Wizard101 is truly giving you like mental anxiety or like mental frustrations, I really just wish you luck, but I also wish for you guys to play other video games. This is a really great year for video games. We're getting the new Call of Duty, which I saw the trailer on Twitter. It looked insane. And if you guys don't know me, I actually live streamed Call of Duty back in the day, right? Okay, Forza Horizon 6, it's right there, right? It doesn't have to be an MMO. James Bond sold for 1.5 million units, right? Batman! Lego Batman even looks cool, man. Grand Theft Auto 6 is coming out this year, dude. And you think the first thing I'm gonna play when this drops at midnight is Wizard101? Nope. It's gonna be this game, right? Mina and the Holler is #1 on the Nintendo eShop, I'm pretty sure. Also sold a lot. We got Marvel Wolverine from Insomniac Games. And we also have Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced, right? I don't think you have to play an MMORPG to fill your needs, right? But in my opinion, I just think everybody should take a break once in a while. Now, that doesn't excuse everything we literally just said. That doesn't just be like, oh, Richard, you're just giving KI an excuse. You're a bootlicker. No. Oh, no. I'm not giving KI an excuse. We literally just ragged on them this whole video because it's super easy. But we don't have to spam feed that every single day. Do you know how exhausting I would be? Be like, hey guys, in today's video, this is why Wizard101 sucks. Hey guys, in this video, we're going to talk about why this system sucks. Like, I've been doing that for years. I have a playlist full of Wizard101 problems. It's so boring and repetitive, and it's monotonous. I'm sure you guys are tired of me bitching and moaning about this game 24/7. It gets to the point where it's exhausting. Now, if anybody else wants to do that, feel free. But at some point, I just get too bored, and I just kind of get to the point where I don't even want to play the game anymore at that point. It just gets to a point where, like, dude, like, this game isn't for anybody. And as the mighty 1 in a million has said, you guys need to speak with your wallet. And that is the only way KI, Gamingo, and any other gaming company will give a rat's ass about me, you, and anybody else. Because that is the literally only thing that they would literally respond to is your wallet, right? And I'm not talking about a strike. I've tried a strike before with this community. I can't, man. I can't, you know? Even I suck at it sometimes. But, dude, for like a month, just step away. Just step away, man. Or just come back in November when we get the new world update. Like, but just take a break, man. Just take a break. Because like I said, you can make 5 billion... I can make 500 videos in a playlist talking about the problems with Wizard101. And nothing would still happen. I can make 500 geometric roundtables and nothing would happen. I can make 500 billion videos and still nothing would happen. Again, vote with your money. Or speak with your money. If the product that you are purchasing is not up to your quality, don't buy it. And that is the biggest voice of all. Just stop spending. You don't need to buy every crown sale that happens. You don't need to buy every bundle that happens. You don't need to buy every mount or scroll of fortune that happens. Save your money. Buy somebody a gift or something. I don't know. Shoot. Like, I've gotten a lot of donations lately, but the last thing I would want to spend that money on is Wizard101. Because I just genuinely don't enjoy this game. So that is my main thoughts about Wizard101. I have bitched and moaned about this game a lot, 24/7. I'm exhausted. Tomorrow, it's back to the stream schedule. We're going to help some people out in team-ups, like we always do. And we're going to get back to the grind. So if you have a problem with Wizard101, like I said, you can literally play anything else. Play anything else, spend money on anything else, just do anything else besides play Wiz. I'm telling you, dude. That's the only way they would respond. I'm telling you. They don't care about you. Y'all are just cash cows to them, dude. Y'all are cash cows. I'm telling you, just stop spending money for like one day, man. They'll notice something's up, dude. I'm telling you, man. But yeah, until then, hopefully you guys have a wonderful day. And yeah, I will see you guys in the tomorrow's update, or whenever we get the summer update, or tomorrow's news video. But yeah, be on the lookout for that summer update. Just be on the lookout for that. But until then, I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. I'm out of here. I'm going to eat this chicken parmesan. And until then, peace out.